Hello, everyone. So I don't have my tea today. I forgot to heat it up before I did my mouthwash. So I'm letting my mouthwash settle a little bit before I get into it. But that being said, I wanted to go over. I've been reading a little bit of the Tao Te Ching, well, a lot of the Tao Te Ching, and understanding a lot. One of the principles it talks about is the principle of paradox. How there are things in this world that seem paradoxical but are true. So, like, once we accept life as difficult consciously and unconsciously, it becomes easy. Um, kind of, what's another one? It's not coming to me, but the one I wanted to talk about today is discipline and freedom. So, and specifically how more discipline garners more freedom. And having more freedom doesn't necessarily give you more discipline or uh, more freedom. I don't know what it necessarily gives you, but I'm gonna go at it from the opposite. The more discipline equals more freedom, and the easiest way to think of discipline in this sense is restrictions. And it's weird to think that restrictions would give you more freedom, but that's exactly what happens. So, one way of thinking about it is in the way of your own body and your physical health. So, a restriction would be having the discipline to go to the gym or to be on a diet to eat healthily. And these are seen as restrictions on our everyday lives. But what it gives us is more freedom. And you ask, how does it give us more freedom? Well, for the healthy individual, you get freedom from the constant threat of illnesses. Of course, you're still going to get ill, but it's more likely if you're physically healthy that you will not, uh, um, what's it called, contract illnesses or contract diseases. You're more healthy and able to withstand these your uh, attacks on your immune system. There's also the ability of physical restriction whenever you have when you're disciplined and going to the gym or specifically your diet, you obtain the freedom to be able to move, to be able to do things with your body that an unhealthy individual would not be able to do. A good example would be from my life. My friend and I went to Guadalupe National Park, and it's the highest peak in Texas. It's 8,751 feet. And for me, it was quite easy going up and going down because I was physically able to do it because I disciplined myself and put restrictions on my diet to actually have a body that could take something like that. So I had the freedom to be able to do a hike like that or to push my body to be able to withstand a hike like that. Now, someone who doesn't have that wouldn't be able to experience the top of the Guadalupe because they are not, the body is not fit to access that area, let's say. So their freedom is limited. they're limited from how far their body can take them. Their body, even if they have the freedom to eat whatever they want and they eat whatever they want, the flip side is that now your body restricts you from doing certain activities. And I think that's where the paradox happens, is because it's the oneness of restriction and freedom. Is if you have restrictions in your life, you gain more freedom in other aspects of your life. So, in this instance, freedom to physically be able to go where you want to go, to be able to walk all day and be okay, maybe a little sore on the feet, but be able to do that. Whereas if you have the freedom and you access that freedom to eat whatever you want, eat whatever junk food you want, and always, let's say, to take the elevator or always take the car or never or walk or run or exercise, and you exert your freedom to be able to do that, well, you're going to have a reciprocal effect of restriction. And that is restriction on your body, on how your body reacts. Your body becomes a restriction on how you interact with the world. Like we said, and with illness and with physical maneuverability, I forgot to mention also energy. Your body restricts you from energy. It's also a physical weight. It's a literal weight and restriction on yourself because you're carrying a lot more weight. So you're putting more strain on your body instead of having something like a lean physique, which is more muscle and able to, and that muscle helps you carry yourself. Kind of weird concept, but instead of the fat just being on there, not helping you carry it. So I guess that's what I'm trying to get at, is that there is this oneness and contradiction with discipline and freedom that we like to overlook. And the paradox with it is that if you give yourself more restrictions in certain areas, you will get more freedom. If you exert more freedom in different areas, then be prepared to receive more restrictions in different areas. So I think another example would be something like sleep. If you restrict your sleep schedule to a certain time every single night, or you make sure you get your 7.5 hours of sleep every single night, then you have the freedom. You are more lucid in the brain to be able to do the activities and partake in the activities that you love fully, rather than have the restriction of brain fog, of sleeping in your chair, of that brain's response on the brain's restrictions in response to you exerting your freedom to stay up all night. That is a freedom you have as an autonomous agent of your life who can exert free will, independent will. But you also have to understand that exertion of freedom comes with the restriction of the body. So either your physical bodily health with working out and diet, or your mental clarity and your brain's ability to operate with sleep. So the restrictions that the brain puts on you with a lack of sleep. So that's an interesting thing. I never really tackled that or understood it. I knew like this phrase is discipline equals freedom, but I didn't really understand it from the flip side that freedom equals restrictions. So if we switch this out, discipline for restrictions, restriction equals freedom, freedom equals restriction in different areas, right? So interesting things to think about, and I'm glad I'm thinking through them and understanding them in a deeper light. But until tomorrow, y'all. Bye.